Hi everybody, this is Deanna, aka Thrifty Cosplayer, and today we're going to be putting together a Fortnite Skull Trooper gaming chair. Here's the box. One thing, if you do get one of these, they're very heavy, so at least this box is heavy, so you probably need at least one other person to pick it up, depending on if you got it delivered or if you're picking it up from somewhere else. Okay, here's the front of the box. It just says Fortnite Skull Trooper Fortnite Edition Gaming Chair, product of Respawn. Let's see what we got on the sides. We got the Skull Trooper. Let's see the back. It says it's got contour support, maximum adjustability, and attention to detail. Oh, because it matches the character. And then the other side is just another picture of the chair. Yep. Alright. Let's go ahead and open her up, see how many pieces we got. Just like with opening any boxes, when you're not sure where the stuff is, be careful when you're cutting open because you don't want to tear your product, whatever you bought. Got it open here. Lots of cardboard in there. Oops. That arm. Another arm. It looks like the wheels. The back of the chair. The base of the chair. And you need a lot of space to make this thing because it's big. And this looks like probably the adjuster for the seat. Okay, where are our instructions? Okay, we had to pause the video real quick because we had to find the instructions. The instructions were located underneath the cushion of the seat. But I guess that's good. That way you know they're there. But we're going to go ahead and take an overview of all the parts real quick. So you have your left and right arm, the seat, the back of the seat, the base of the chair. This is the part that adjusts the chair up and down. These are all the little parts, like the screws and things that you need to put the whole chair together. You honestly don't need any other tools. I mean, you could have scissors to open up the box, but they have this little Allen wrench in there. Then you have all the wheels, and then all the pole of the chair on the bottom. The instructions are pretty basic. They're one page. So let's see. It says to start with putting the wheels onto the base. So we're gonna do that first. So one thing I do like with this chair so far, it seems like it's pretty easy to put it together. Pretty self-explanatory even if you didn't have the instructions. And then next, we have to put the pole to the base. I'm going to set this down. So, have some space. This goes here. Alright, and on the first step, the way they have the image, it's kind of confusing. They have a wheel, underneath the base, and it makes it look like there's something on the bottom of this part. There isn't. You just put this part right into the base, and that's all you have to do. And we're done with step 1. Step 2 is the part for the base of for the seat. So we gotta flip that over. Getting a workout from doing this. Pieces weigh a little bit. Let's see. So we need this to face the front, and it shows. Okay, so you want the handle to be going to the left. There's a sign on the bottom of the chair. It says front, so you want that lever to be going to the left. So next we need screws from our pack, and you're gonna need that little Allen wrench. And it's part J, the screws that you need. You're going to need 4 of these and the Allen wrench from the pack. Make sure you don't drop it everywhere. Ah! Maybe I should have this open or. Here we go. Alright, so we just gotta make sure that we have these lined up. So just line up the holes. Put your screws in there. And you're gonna use your Allen wrench. Righty tighty, so you get that all the way attached. That's good. So I got 3 more. 2 more. And the last one. And done. So for part 3, we're just going to be placing this on the base. So you're going to put this part right here onto this part. Ta-da! Alright, well I had to take a second to read the instructions because there's a couple parts I said that are kind of confusing on here. Like, most of it's pretty simple and self-explanatory, but step 3 and step 4 are pretty much the same thing. So I was a little confused. So now step 5, you pretty much put the back on by attaching the arms. So we're going to attach one arm at a time and go from there. So we're going to take part A, which is the back, and attach part C and D, which is the arms, with these are letter J's, the screws, and then use the Allen wrench. So we're going to flip this to the side, and this is going to be fun. Maybe I should have attached it before we put it there, but I don't know. We're trying to follow what it said. This is what's kind of confusing on here. They don't show the stuff separate and you putting it together. It's just already together in the picture. So that's why we're going to do this. So I'm going to just kind of lay it beside it and just screw all the pieces together. So we'll do these 2 pieces first. The arm to the base. And then we'll do the back part. there so it don't fall on my foot. Alright. So they call this arm part D. So you put the screws down in this part in the arms. Make sure you have it lined up, because this is going to be holding a lot of weight. This is going to have the back. You do not want to fall back and that fall off. That will not feel good at all. Okay. So we're doing the first screw. Now I'm not going to do this all the way real tight because we want to have some give to put that on there. And then we'll go back and tighten all of them. So we're on the second one. So we're not going to put it on there all the way real tight. So we're going to put this part on and then we'll go back and tighten them. Alright. So now we're going to do the part for your back. That is called part A. Line up these two parts here. Like I said, there's holes on the side. You're just going to line them up with the arm. Yeah, it's kind of hard to see. Yeah, make sure this lines up right too. That's another thing. Make sure you got good lighting above you because it will make it hard to see otherwise. These ones are a little more tricky to put on because you can't completely do a circle with your Allen wrench. You got to go from the front to back and then pick it back up, go front to back. And you got to make sure it's already lined up or you're not going to turn the screw at all. I'd say so far this has been the most difficult part. Just because it's just, you got to line it up right. Go over and take it onto the other one here. Because I don't want to put that all the way down in case I need extra give. Alright, so we just got done tightening the screws. We paused the video because I know no one wants to watch that for 5 minutes straight. So, like I said, we tightened them all the way down. Now we're just going to flip it over. Now we can do the same thing to the other side. And I'm pretty sure it's part D. Yeah, the other side is part D, the arm. Just be careful with it. You don't smack yourself with the chair. Smash your toe. Right. So we're going to take the other arm. We're going to do the same thing like we did with the other side. And you have to use the part J screws. So you need 4 of them. Two right this second. So you want to do the base part first. Make sure you don't do it too tight so it gives some give for the back. And then after you get them attached, then you can tighten it. After you get the back part attached, you can tighten them up the rest of the way. These ones usually aren't too hard to do. Too difficult. Like I said, it's the one on the back because you can't do a full circle with an Allen wrench. It takes a little longer. I don't want to tighten that all the way. Just a give. And afterwards we'll tighten it back down. This is my sidekick for the day, Dibby, walking around. She's helping out a lot. She matches the gaming chair. Okay. I'm just gonna make sure this lines up now. So we'll just send the harder part. This part's a little more tricky because you gotta make sure these are lined up, and it's tighter now because the other side's already tightened. Probably the most difficult part is like lining up the holes so that the screws will go in easy. This is gonna be the difficult one, I think. We actually had to pause the video for a second. I would recommend whenever you're working on this to not tighten the screws all the way down. I know earlier I said to, but you might end up having to go back and loosen them up because you have to line these the holes up on the side for the arm, or the chair's not going to line up with the base, and it's really difficult. You may even need a second person to help because if they don't line up, you're not going to have this part together right. So we stopped the video and tightened all the screws, all 4 of them, and now we're going to go on to the next step. Don't do that. Okay, the 6th and final step is you're putting part L onto the arm. That's just little caps onto these. So, put our pad here. And they do give a couple extra parts for whatever reason, I guess in case maybe one wasn't put in or something. So just cover these up. I'm gonna guess it's just these 3 because there's a piece that goes over this part. We'll do those 3 on this side. And that part is called part K, so we're going to do that on this side real quick since we're here. Instead of coming back. That looks like it's just like a little cover for that. Okay, so here we go. Oh, they have a letter on it to show which one's right and which one's left. So we're on the right side. So you put it like this. You just put the pegs right down the holes. Right. You got that in there. You got that part in. Right. Now we just need to flip it over. The other side. Now we're going to do the same thing. I'm going to put the part L caps over the screw holes. Okay, after we put the caps on, we got to do that same piece like on the other side. The part K, going to have the left one. Put the pegs right into the holes and just push down. Lift up and down too. And there you have the completed Fortnite Skull Trooper chair. see here. Oh, there's some neat features like you can make the arms go up and down. I do like that it looks like the rib cage on the character. If you look here on the arm, there's actually a little skull symbol. It's pretty neat. And on the back, it actually says Fortnite. Alright, I'm gonna take a seat. See what it feels like. Ooh. It's pretty comfy. It's like sitting in a cloud. So yeah. I would say overall, I don't know, I thought the assembly wasn't too bad. The instructions were pretty clear. There's only like 2 parts where I thought were a little unclear, but once you take a look at it and the parts, it's pretty easy to figure out. So in the comments, let us know what you thought about this chair, about the process. Alright, if you enjoyed the video, make sure you subscribe to the channel. If you want notifications, make sure to hit the bell, and thanks for hanging out with us today, guys. Bye!